For 1,000 years, the Galactic Concord studied war. They were the galaxy's ultimate scholars of conflict, analyzing every battle, simulating billions of scenarios, and archiving the rise and fall of civilizations with obsessive precision. Their generals were legendary, their doctrines elegant, and their outcomes predictable to the fourth decimal. War, for them, was a solved equation. So when a single human warship, the UN's Resolute, dropped out of hyperspace at the edge of their territory, the Concord was curious. Just one ship. No escort fleet. No warning. Their sensors immediately classified it as primitive. Its armor was crude, its power output excessive, and its systems were layered with so many redundancies it seemed the designers didn't even trust their own work. The observers tagged it as inefficient. They were disastrously wrong. The Concord dispatched 3 research cruisers, not for battle, but for observation. They wanted to see how these strange humans fought, to gather data from a brief, controlled engagement. Their simulations all pointed to a swift, clean conclusion, but the humans didn't follow the simulations. The first surprise came when the Resolute powered its weapons and fired into empty space. High-energy bursts ripped through the void, detonating proximity mines the Concord hadn't even activated yet. The alien analysts froze. How could the humans have detected them at that range? On the human bridge, Captain Mara Ilias was unimpressed. "They're watching us," she said calmly. "Good. Let them learn." The Concord cruisers opened fire with precision beams, carefully tuned to disable, not destroy. The beams struck the Resolute's shields and simply slid off. Not because the shields were stronger, but because they were wrong. Human shields weren't optimized for efficiency. They were a chaotic, constantly fluctuating mess. The Concord's targeting algorithms, built on logic and order, couldn't get a lock. An alien tactician muttered, "That design violates every principle of energy conservation." Another replied softly, "Yes, but it works." Then, the Resolute responded. And it wasn't a clean counterattack, it was glorious. Overwhelming noise, missiles, railgun slugs, electronic warfare bursts, and decoy drones screaming false signatures across every frequency. The Concord had spent centuries eliminating uncertainty from war. Humans had just weaponized it. One of the research cruisers suddenly lost power not from damage, but from a cascading software failure. A human signal that made no logical sense had overloaded its systems. It wasn't an attack, the scientists realized in horror. It was a question. The Resolute then did something insane. It adjusted its course mid-battle, deliberately exposing a weaker section of its armor. Concord targeting systems jumped at the opportunity, redirecting all fire. But it was a trap. The exposed section wasn't weak armor, it was a massive heat sink. The human ship vented its excess energy directly into the incoming beams, overloading the Concord emitters and frying them from the inside out. The aliens stared at their displays in stunned silence. "That maneuver isn't documented," someone whispered. "It's not doctrine," another replied. "It's improvisation." As the one-sided engagement dragged on, the Concord realized something truly terrifying. The human ship was learning. Its weapon timings were adjusting. Its countermeasures evolved in real time. The Resolute wasn't just fighting, it was experimenting, adapting faster than any algorithm could predict. Finally, Captain Ilias opened a channel. Her calm, tired face appeared on their screens. "You've been studying war for a long time," she said. "That's good. But you made one mistake." The Concord representatives were silent. "You treated war like a science," she continued. "For us, it's a conversation. And you've been talking at us." She glanced off screen. "We're done here." The Resolute powered down its weapons and vanished into hyperspace, leaving behind 3 crippled cruisers, terabytes of corrupted data, and 1,000 years of military theory in ruins. The Concord's final report was brief. It noted that human warfare couldn't be simulated, that their systems prioritized survival over elegance, and that their commanders sought acceptable outcomes, not optimal ones. But the line that haunted every strategist was buried at the very end. One human warship demonstrated more adaptive behavior than our entire recorded history of conflict. The Concord didn't declare war on humanity. Instead, they rewrote their textbooks. Because they finally learned the most important lesson of all: humans don't win wars by being smarter. They win by refusing to fight the same way twice. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tales from across the galaxy. See you next time.